Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Slovenia's foreign minister says his country is planning to sue Croatia over its refusal to recognize the arbitration court's ruling in the border dispute between the two countries. Karel Erjavec made the announcement today after meeting with coalition partners. Croatia pulled out of the proceedings 2 years prior to the decision because of a breach of confidentiality on Slovenia's part. By the end of the year, Slovenia plans to begin enforcing new legislation on the territories awarded to it by the arbiters.
Our ministry is making intense preparations to file a lawsuit against Croatia. I cannot go into details, but I will say that, in line with the government's instructions, we have presented certain information on the legal recourse available to us. I don't know how Mr. Erjavec plans to justify this lawsuit or explain the grounds for it. This was a bilateral agreement between two countries, Croatia and Slovenia. The Croatian side broke off the agreement because Slovenia was trying to cheat. I'd like to see how Mr. Erjavec plans to do this.
Asked about the lawsuit, Prime Minister Andrej Plenković told reporters the issue would be discussed during a visit by Slovenia's Prime Minister Miro Cerar. The Prime Minister appeared confident the visit was upcoming, but a spokesperson for the Slovenian government said it would not take place until both sides implemented the arbitral award.
There is still time. We'll address this when Miro comes to Zagreb.
The leaders of three left-leaning liberal parties, GLAS, the IDS, and the Smart Party, have announced they are working on creating a new liberal political platform. They said their goal was to defend against the rising tide of populism and conservatism. It is unclear where the SDP stands, but we are ready to talk with those who are willing to recognize what we're trying to do. However, we're still a long way off from that. We do know who we're not ready to talk with, though.
This is a logical response to what's happening in our society. Conservatism is on the rise. There is a tendency to try to diminish civil and human rights, so it makes sense for GLAS, Smart, and a party like ours, who have a similar worldview, to address these issues because we believe what's happening in Croatia today is not good.
Former colleagues, members of the HDZ, and government representatives attended today a commemoration for Croatia's first president, Franjo Tuđman, ahead of the 18th anniversary of his death.
Franjo Tuđman was a statesman. He saw the sign of the times, united the Croatian people under the idea of national reconciliation. I think we should be grateful to him for that. As more time passes, I think his legacy will be appreciated even more as his ideas and doctrines become integral elements in our society.
Local activists protested today in Sinj the planned construction of a thermal power station at Peruća, an artificial lake on the Cetina River. The protest came just as an environmental impact study is due to be released next week. The study is the final hurdle the project needs to clear to receive building and other permits.
This project is an environmental hazard for the Cetina region. The fundamental argument here is that the project would destroy the Cetina River and life around it. The water would no longer be potable. Right now, 500,000 people drink water from the river. I would like for our region to preserve what has been passed down to us from our forefathers and that it may be used in some better way.
Several hundred animal rights activists marched in Zagreb today to mark International Animal Rights Day. Their goal was to raise awareness of the cruelty and killing animals are subjected to for the purposes of food and clothing production, entertainment, and research.
We can survive without exploiting animals. This has been proven by millions of people around the world. That's our message. We believe in humankind, that deep down all of us are fond of animals and we don't want to kill them. We want to replace cruelty with empathy.
Taking a quick look at sports, in the national championship, league leaders Dinamo crushed second to last ranked Istria in Zagreb today with a final score of 5-1. Meanwhile, Osijek has squeezed into second place in the rankings with a 3-0 home victory over Rudeš. In the final games of this round of play on Sunday, Rijeka welcomes Slaven Belupo and Lokomotiva hosts Hajduk. The first half of the day on Sunday will be mostly sunny. However, clouds will start to move over the west around midday. This will bring rain to the north coast and snow to the mountains. There will be northwesterly and northeasterly winds in the morning along the shore, but a southeasterly will begin to rise during the day, especially along the central and northern sections of the coast. Morning lows will range from -10 to -4, possibly even lower at higher elevations. On the coast, lows will be between -2 and +3. The day's highs will be between 2 and 7 degrees in the interior and from 8 to 13 on the Adriatic. Looking ahead in the week, the outlook for the interior calls for slightly warmer temperatures, moderate to high southwesterly winds, and variable clouds. There is a chance of rain in the mountains on Monday and showers in central Croatia and interior Dalmatia late Tuesday. A new cold front will arrive on Wednesday with a chance of snow in the mountains. On the coast, there will be a high to gale force southeasterly on Monday and Tuesday. From Wednesday on, there will be west and southwesterly winds and an occasional northeasterly, which will bring temperatures down. Occasional rain is expected in places on Monday and Tuesday along the entire coast on Wednesday. And that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.